Hi my loves, welcome back to another tutorial video. If you are new here, you're welcome. So to my new and old subscribers, you're welcome. My name is Ekio Ebipade. If you are new here, you're welcome. Remember to hit the subscribe button. So the first thing I did, I wiped and removed all the impurities from my client's face using Blossom Micellar water and face wipe to cleanse the face to get a good canvas. After then, I hydrated the face with Kiss Beauty setting spray, and then I went in with moisturizer from Dr. Reshel. So I'm just blending the moisturizer in gently to the face. After then, I went in with Becharm Ageless Cosmetics primer. Guys, that is a primer and also a moisturizer. So I applied that using my fingers, and then I had to set everything in. After then, I went in with the Blossom foundation. So I'm using a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender from FBH, and I'm just applying that onto the skin gently. I'm just blending that in gently. After then, I went in for contour, and for contour I'm using 2 shades darker than our skin tone. Also, it is a foundation from Blossom Cosmetics, so I'm just using that at the lower parts of the cheekbone, below the cheekbone, and taking some to the chin areas and the forehead areas. So I'm just applying that. After then, for liquid blush, I'm using the CPD lip palette, and I took that shade from the lip palette which I used as my liquid blush. So I'm applying that in with a small brush and then blend with the concealer. And I also took some leftover to the nose, to the tip of the nose, and then blend. It was at this point I realized I did not moisturize our lips. So for the lip moisture, I used Vaseline Lip Therapy Balm. And then for the concealer, I'm using the Adventure Pro Concealer. So guys, I applied the concealer underneath the eyes, the chin area, the forehead, and the bridge of the nose, and I'm just blending that in gently. So guys, I really want to appreciate you all for the love, for the support, for liking and sharing my videos. Please, if you are just seeing my video for the first time, I really want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, please. So guys, I'm just blending that in and using my beauty blender to blend that in gently. After then, I went in with another lighter shade of same Adventure concealer just to brighten up the under eyes. So I'm blending that in also, and I'm doing same for the other eye too. Even though the concealer that I took was too much, it was, but so I had to keep blending. I had to keep blending just, and then I went to the forehead area with a little of that same concealer shade just to brighten up the forehead area, the bridge of the nose. And then I took the leftover from the beauty blender to the chin area. So for liquid contour, I'm using to contour the nose, I'm also using same foundation that I used for the cheek contour. That is what I'm using, and I'm applying that with a small nose contour brush. So after then, I went in to blend in the concealer underneath the eyes and the nose area to avoid harsh line. So to set the under eyes, I'm using a lighter shade of powder from my powder palette to set the under eye, and I'm applying that with a small fluffy brush. And then I went in with my setting powder from Benai to set the chin area, the bridge of the nose and the forehead. And I'm applying the setting powder with my beauty blender. So to set the whole face, I'm using a powder of a shade from my powder palette to set the whole face. And for contour, I'm using 2 shades darker than her powder shade from my powder palette to set the cheek areas as contour to the two sides of the chin, to the cheek area. And for blush, for powder blush, I'm using the CPD 4-in-1 powder blush palette. So I'm just applying that gently onto the skin and taking some to the tip of the nose. Then using same dry contour shade for the nose area. To everything that we did wet, we have to do everything dry, and then I set everything in with same Kiss Beauty. Now to set the face to receive eyeshadow fallout or eyeshadow droplets, eyeshadow fallout, I'm using same benign setting powder. So I'm just baking under the eyes. After then, I went into my brows. I had to tame the brows down before I go in for eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, to prime the eyelid, I'm using the Becharm Ageless Cosmetics Clone White to prime the eyes. So for my first transition, I'm taking that shade from my powder palette, and then I did same for the other parts of the eye. I'm just blending that in with a small fluffy brush, and then I went in from same powder palette. There's this very dark black shade that is in my powder palette. I don't really use it on people's faces, so the only thing I don't use this as a powder, I only use that as eyeshadow. So that is what I just used, and now I'm making use of my eyeshadow palette. So guys, I'm just blending all the shades in. I don't even know what I was doing, and then I took a shimmery shade from my eyeshadow palette and I'm applying that gently. So I'm doing same for the other parts of the eye too. So like I said, if you are seeing my video for the first time, please encourage me by subscribing. And then for pigments, I went in with pigments. For pigments, I used the FBH Cosmetics pigments. I've forgotten the shade, but I'm going to leave everything in the description box below. So I'm just applying that gently, and then I went in to blend thoroughly to avoid harsh lines. So to line our eyelid, I'm using the brow gel from Karite in the shade Black 01. So that is what I use to line the eyelid and also the waterline. So to finish up the brows, I have a detailed tutorial on the brow work which I did. I'm going to link that video to this particular video. You can go and see that video for yourself. I have a detailed tutorial on it. So after then I went in with the concealer and I blended everything out. And for mascara, I'm using the Blossom 2-in-1 mascara. Then for the lashes, I'm using the Chi Lash from my lash palette. So to finish up the lips, I went in with a brown shade of lip stain to line the upper parts and the lower parts of the lips. So at this point, I went in with a red shade, a wine shade rather, from my lip palette, from CPD lip palette, and I applied that in the inner parts of the lip, and then I'm just trying to blend everything in, just blending that in with a very soft lip brush. Okay, so to finish up the entire work, I used my beauty sponge to push in the setting powder that is under the eyes. I do not sweep off the setting powder that I placed there. Rather, I push it in. I blend it in. After then, I went in with some highlighter, very mild, and then I fixed everything in with this same Kiss Beauty setting spray. Also, for the lower lash, I went in with same Blossom 2-in-1, and then to fix the whole makeup in, I used my all-nighter, and at this point she requested for a mirror, and I gave her a mirror to see the beautiful work that I did on her face. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.